podcast where we find out what people are nerdy for. In this episode, I have my co-host, Sammy Eastwood, with me. She's great. We interviewed J Star. That's his whole name, J Star. And we talk about Lego. J Star is a Lego master. His site is called Lego Star. We will put the link in the descriptions because it is really hard to search for it. We found out. So the link is in the description. We learn about Lego. It's not Legos. And it was fascinating. You're all going to have a great time. Enjoy the show. Welcome to Nerdy For, where we ask folks what they're nerdy for. I'm Amy Brown, and this week I'm nerdy for AI. The internet has a new AI system that I guess you can just write all of your college applications with it and do all your homework. And every job you want to apply to, you just put in job application for a worker in a beehive, and it's like, my number one goal as a worker in a beehive is to be the buzziest. And it does it all for you. And that's all I have nerdy children and a nerdy husband. And it's all they are talking about. And literally my son said, I had no idea what you guys just talked about the entire time we were at dinner because I was thinking about AI. That's what's happening in my world. I'm next to Sammy Eastwood. Sammy, what are you nerdy for this week?
This week, I am nerdy for Casey Anthony because that Peacock documentary is very convincing.
Who's Anthony?
Oh my God.
She killed her children or something?
Allegedly.
Okay,
she was
allegedly.
acquitted. One child. I think the dad did it. Watch on Peacock.
Okay. I need to do some homework before next week. Okay.
Yes.
And then we have our friend, the producer, Joel Ruiz.
Ruiz.
Let's do that again.
No, it's really. Let's leave this there.
That's so embarrassing.
She'll rue the day with
go.
ease.
Every time I host a show, I fudge up everyone's names. It's so embarrassing. It makes me sound like I don't like different cultures, and I love different cultures.
You love appropriating them.
I love appropriating. That's the best part. Are you kidding
She's
me?
dressed like Frida Kahlo right now.
I plucked my eyebrows. Okay. Our other friend here today.
Did you ask Joel what he was nerdy about?
I'm fixing to. Okay. We have our producer, Joel Ruiz.
Ruiz.
It is
with
Ruiz.
ease.
Now you're just
Two
you're
syllables.
too inside your own head about it now.
We have our producer, Joel Ruiz.
There we go. That's
Ruiz.
got it in 3.
Reduce,
What are you nerdy-
reuse, recycle, Ruiz.
Ruiz. Joel Ruiz.
Oh my
Joel
God.
Ruiz. What are you nerdy for today?
This week, my current hyper focus has been the new game Marvel Midnight Suns, which I've been playing too much of.
Oh, wow.
Wait,
That
did
is
you say
nerdy.
I don't
Game
know what that
Marvel
is.
or gay Marvel?
No, I wish Marvel got gayer, honestly. No, a game where
Gayer. Everyone's in tights. Come on.
Yeah,
How
I mean,
much
listen,
gayer?
I don't want it to be subtext gay. I want it to be just full on overtly gay. No, it's just it's a video game. It is based off of Marvel property. They put it is the name itself is Marvel's Midnight Suns because all the Marvel games they have to put their name in front. Like you didn't know that, fucking Captain America and Spider-Man are Marvel. But that's what I've been obsessed with
I
this
didn't
week.
know that.
I didn't know that, but that's
Well,
good. I'm good
I
for
guess
you.
that's why they put it there.
I
know there's a
never.
DC
Dum-dums.
universe and a
Yeah, I never want to yuck anyone's yum. So whatever you're into, go for it. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Celebrate.
Did you say I never want to yuck anyone's yum?
Yes.
I like
hashtag yuck my yum.
it. Oh my
No,
God.
it's like that sounded dirty. Like
Does
I get-
it?
It
Oh,
does.
I'm so naive. Okay. Yeah, that's awesome. Marvel. What's the other one? Hogwarts.
Harry Potter.
Oh
No.
my God.
What's the other one besides Marvel?
You're talking about
DC.
like DC.
DC.
I mean, there's a lot of other superhero properties, but those are the two main.
Yeah, the two the
the
sharks and the
mainstream
jets.
ones. Yes.
The sharks and the
Harry
jets.
Potter is not a superhero.
Yeah,
He's
Harry
just
Potter
a
is-
normal guy
is-
who has to fight the Dark
Bad
Lord.
people.
Yeah.
And he's small.
Wait, isn't Harry Potter magical? He's a wizard.
He's magical, but he's not
He's a
a
wizard.
superhero.
Are you
He's a
close
wizard.
enough to the
Okay,
microphone?
you can get a little closer.
You got it.
I
Pretend
feel
it's a
weird.
boyfriend. There you go.
Oh, well then.
Oh. That's where we're at. Okay. Okay, I have to introduce you now.
Okay.
So today on our Nerdy For podcast, we have a very, very special guest. And so this, I'm in love with you. You have been so nice to me. as a comic, you let me come and you taught me improv, and then you let me come do a show there once a month. You didn't even let me. You told me I had to. You're like, Amy, you have to do a
You're
comedy
doing
show.
this.
You've got to get better than you are now, and you can only do that with stage time.
Practice makes perfect.
Every
I
second,
know.
every second Sunday, you're having a show here. I made you a flyer, and I'm like, yes,
It's
sir.
true.
Thank you so much.
The
Jason-
Amy's Getting Better show. It was a fun show.
It took a while. I had a lot of energy. Okay, so J-Star has been doing improv comedy, which is different than stand-up, which I think
Very
we can do a whole episode about.
Yes.
Yes, for 21 years. You've done improv in 25 different countries. You have a tattoo about it.
Yeah, I get a tattoo in every country I go to. I get a tattoo, and I had some already before I started touring with improv. But since then, all the previous tattoos I've actually taught or performed in those countries too. So I have
Baby tattoos.
25 flag tattoos on my arm.
What's the scariest country you've gotten a tattoo at? I'm not talking about a scary
Okay.
country, but like as far as like quality of tattoo, like you saw them.
So
picking
all
a
the
needle out of
tattoos
them.
I got
Yeah.
here
Oh.
because I have a mother.
In
My
Atlanta.
mother would not
call.
allow me to get. But also, tattoos take a while. Like, it's a weird thing with tattoos. My very first tattoo, I had talked to my boyfriend at the time. We had talked about getting tattoos together. And one night, he picked me up from the airport. I was coming in from Montana, and he picked me up, and we went to dinner, and we were sitting there, and we had a few margaritas, and he's like, let's get tattoos. And I'm like, yeah, I'm excited to do that. And he's like, no, now. And I'm like, all right, let's do it. And we went looking for a tattoo shop. And as many tattoo shops as you see, when you need one, it's very hard to find one. It's so bizarre.
Especially after a few margaritas.
So finally, like, I was like, okay, I know there's a tattoo shop in Sandy Springs. I know it's like right on the corner. I knew it. We go there, and it was like 9:45 or something. Middle, whatever. I don't know what day it was, but they closed at 10. Like, isn't a tattoo shop like open at dark and then
Not at
closes
Sandy,
at
not
4
in
a.m.?
Sandy Springs.
When you're
Yeah.
making bad choices.
So right, exactly. So anyway, we ended up finding Liberty Tattoo down on Ponce, and we went we actually we went the next day to talk to them. And you make appointments. It's like getting your hair done. It's so weird. But it was so funny because they were like, well, we're not here tomorrow night because it's one of our buddies' bachelor party, but we can schedule for 10 a.m. the next morning. And we were like, no, we're not getting tattoos after you've been out bachelor partying.
Everyone's
Anyway,
hungover.
So 4 days after we said drunkenly, let's get a tattoo, we got our tattoos. Yeah.
Was it as fun? Like, I think it's more fun to like strike while the iron's hot. Was it still fun to like go with an appointment, like you're getting your taxes done, and have
very perfunctory.
ink like forever put into your skin?
Yeah,
with
I mean,
needles?
well, that was the other thing. Like, I just thought, I knew I wanted to get a star because my name's J-Star. I don't know if we've said that yet, but I'm J-Star. We kind of subverted the intro. Am I nerdy for tattoos? Is that weird? Okay. I kind of am.
I think you are.
Don't yuck your yum. We don't yuck your yum.
I have so many stories about my tattoos. Anyway, I wanted a star, just a simple basic star. And you start looking through their books and on their walls and stuff, and nothing was striking me. And I was like, oh, you really have to, like me, I have to design my own tattoo if I'm going to live with it forever.
That is so you. Because
Yeah.
you are so particular
Yeah.
about everything, and it needs to be just so.
And so
I'm the same way.
in those 4 days from being drunk and then scheduling, by the way, we did go to that Mexican restaurant that's next to Liberty Tattoo on Ponce and had margaritas before we went and got our things.
I think it's the only way to do it.
Yeah, but they
Yeah, I
do
would do
recommend
that
you
before
don't because it thins your blood. And
Oh, you're not supposed to drink before you get a tattoo because I would drink before I'd get my bikini wax.
but
Oh, well, that's different.
but oddly, as many tattoos as I have now, they've never bled that bad. The one that bled was my tattoo of Germany flag.
Oh.
Is that weird?
Are you Jewish? Oh.
But anyway, I designed my first star. A friend of mine had like Hopi Indians carve this star out of like a black rock, and it's a star with a cutout star in the middle. And so I have that sized exactly on my arm, which later I got the cutout put in my armpit, like the little bitty star,
Ooh,
which
ouch.
any woman who says that men don't know the pain of childbirth, I think I know it.
Yeah, the
because
armpit's very sensitive.
it was
I had
horrible.
laser hair removal there.
I
He's
just
so
I just do
relatable.
neat. I just do neat. It's easier. Anyway, so
Oh my gosh. Okay, that's okay. And we're still in your bio.
good. Okay, good.
Yes, and you're the founder and director of the Basement Theater all the way up until the pandemic.
Yeah.
R.I.P. Basement Theater.
Yeah, I mean everything's in storage right now, and I get messages every day like, "When are you gonna open? We love you." Blah blah blah, and it's so hard. I mean, we had such a prime location. Finding a new location for it has just been tough. We've been close a few times over the past couple years, but I haven't given up yet.
Good.
But
Good.
you
I
know,
know, right?
because we have to open it back up so Amy can get better.
Amen.
I'm kidding.
I know. I'm still getting better every day. That's what I hope. Anyway. Okay. So this is the question, J Star. What are you nerdy for?
Oh God, I'm so nerdy for so many things. If we just look at my TikTok right now, you could see what I'm nerdy for. But I did want to mention I'm so nerdy for White Lotus right now, and tonight is the final show.
I haven't watched it yet.
Oh yes.
Oh, my God.
I actually just started watching it this week.
Lucky.
And I binged all of season 1 in a day.
Okay, yes. Season 1 is great.
Season 1's great, and then
But-
season 2.
Yes. Season 2 is like
No spoilers.
3
It's
times
so
as
good. It's
I'm
so
gonna
good.
watch it. There are 3 cities of Real Housewives going on at any given time, so like that's very difficult to stay on top of. But White Lotus is on my list for.
Yeah.
Gosh,
I mean, it's
yeah.
like a scripted, fantastic Housewives.
Yeah.
Real Housewives of Sicily or something.
Ooh,
But-
and I love Jennifer Coolidge.
No money.
This show
she's great.
is so
She's
good, and
perfect
it's
in it.
so deep. Like, I don't know how involved you've gotten, Joel, but the paintings in scenes that are hanging on walls are all like appropriate to the scenes, or like will give you backstory or like hidden clues.
That's what I heard too.
It's-
Especially
hard
because you're
as a
talking
rock.
about TikTok. There's like a bunch. Because I started googling stuff, and
Yeah.
like people are doing these huge deep dives of like putting together.
the jewelry,
theory level.
like I mean the costumes, the jewelry, like every little thing
Has meaning.
And Mike White has been.
It definitely seems like that level of precision of just like, oh, we like the costuming, the set deck, like everything has little clues
All
for like
on
what's
purpose.
happening.
Yeah.
Is it the meaning is plot based, or is
Oh, yeah.
it like because like in Hamilton after after the first act, the second act, all the players, even like the people who are dancing, have black ribbons across their neck, which means the French Revolution has started because people started wearing black ribbons across their neck to symbolize to like they are relating to Marie Antoinette and everyone who's getting guillotined during the French Revolution. And I knew that, and my husband said, "Huh?" So, is it like that? Like, is it like
Yeah.
you know history,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
you know
yeah.
art? You get to feel better than everybody,
Yeah, it's just
or
like-
is
I'm
it
su-
just plot driven?
I haven't looked up all of this stuff, but I'm sure that it's like the paintings probably have motifs with the stories that they're telling.
Right.
Can
I know
just
more
say
about the
that
paintings.
The black ribbon on the necks was the original Live Strong bracelet.
Vive la Tour de France.
What an interesting connection to make. Be like, you know, the French
That was the
Revolution.
first thing that popped into my head.
What about the guy that lied to us for multiple years
Oh,
and was
God.
doping? I think French Revolution.
It was a potato.
Yeah.
Let
but
them eat
back
the
to
extra
Hamilton.
ball. Yeah.
Like Hamilton is so amazing. Like everything about Hamilton, and there's so many subtle things that they don't like. It's not blatant. Like the set is designed with ship architecture because it's reminiscent of the slave ships that brought over the slaves, and then the whole cast is of color. But back to the costumes, when Hamilton gets appointed to Treasury Secretary, he's wearing the green frock coat, which is like money green, and it's like it's such a cool little like oh, he's money.
Do you know, like, I not to deep dive too far into Hamilton because I could be
Right.
here all night.
That's another episode.
Another nerd night. Theater.
yeah,
Theater.
is
I'll
the-
come back. Can we just change my topic today?
Yeah, no, right. When Jefferson comes back from France, he's doing a kind of rap that's like old school rap because
yes.
he's been out of town and
Right.
he doesn't know what's cool anymore.
Right.
Yeah, did you know that?
No.
So cool. Yeah. Well, and like when King George comes in, he's doing like a Brit pop song.
Yes.
Completely different from all the other rappers. Yeah, it's amazing.
It's deep.
It's a great show.
This is
There's
another
layers.
episode. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's almost as exciting as Real Housewives.
Almost being the key word.
If only the Real Housewives were real.
Wait, so
Anyway,
J-Star, we want to talk to you about Legos.
Speaking of Hamilton.
So
yeah.
after, how did, the question is, first of all, how did you get into Legos? Because I think things
first
kind
of
of
all,
changed
I'm
during the
gonna-
pandemic for you.
For people who like searched this and found Lego podcast, don't let them hate you for saying Legos. They're Lego bricks.
I can't even say
Oh my gosh.
Ruiz.
I roll.
Yeah, I'm not a super nerd on it. I said Legos, but Lego bricks is the term.
Well,
But-
Lego.
that's what we're here to learn.
Yeah.
Yeah, write that down. Because we want to know the
Right.
terminology.
Yeah.
What other words do we need to know about Lego
Well,
culture?
You need to know awful. You need to know snot. You
Wait,
need
wait,
to know
what?
mock. So awful. Some people say AFOL or AFOL. It's AFOL, adult fan of Lego. So then there's a whole
How many
nerd core out
virgins
there.
are in there?
No, those are
I found them.
VFOLs, virgin fans of Lego.
We need a
V-fold.
volcano and a sacrifice.
Mock, MOC, is my own creation. So if
So it's
you're
not-
building something in the style of Lego, but it's not one of their kits or whatever, it's a mock. Which is one of those things it's always hard to like type or write down because you're like, it's like ATM, like people say ATM machine, because you're always like, here's a picture of my mock, my own creation,
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
you know.
What about au jus sauce?
Yes.
means sauce. It's a French.
Yes.
Yeah.
In juice. I would like the steak au jus with au jus sauce.
We
In juice
go
sauce.
to different restaurants.
And then there was the snot, which is studs not on top.
Oh wait, what?
Studs
That's different.
Not on top.
That's a Pornhub search.
Right.
I know. I was
It
gonna
is,
say,
it is.
isn't that just called?
Yeah, a lot of the stuff with Lego
It's a
is
bottom.
very,
This is all coming together.
but it's a technique of building. Like if you imagine a Lego brick with like the standard 2x4 bumps on the
Oh.
top, there are bricks that have
That are smooth.
bumps on the side, or they're smooth ones. There's tiles, there's plates, there's things. The original one, the OG, was a headlight brick, and it's so funny because I'll see videos every once in a while and see a headlight brick. It's a little 1x1 brick with an indent, and you can put a 1x1 tile, but they were originally made to do cars and put little headlights on cars, which I think that happened in like 1979 or 78 or something like that.
Check it.
Yeah, look at that. Headlight bricks. I should have Bricklink pulled up.
Bricklink.
Bricklink is
We're learning
the
so much.
Mecca. Bricklink is
A website?
it's a website, bricklink.com.
Or is it like a religion?
I would say both, because I mean, sadly, this guy founded it, who just wanted to like link buyers and sellers of Lego. It's basically eBay for Lego. You can go on there and look up any part from Lego. And then it'll tell you what colors it comes in. It tells you every set it came in.
Oh my gosh.
And then it gives you a list of all the buyers around the world who are selling them, how many they have, and how much they are.
It was
Okay.
it was 1980 that it came out.
It was 1980.
Oh,
Okay,
you're 1 year off. That's pretty
Yeah.
good.
Okay,
Gotcha.
and I do think we dove in way too deep, way too fast.
Right. Okay.
Okay. So I want to take. Because
Should we go back?
We do need to know all of this, but I do think we need to know, like, how did you get into it?
Okay.
What's your title? Like, do you what would you call yourself? And how?
Well.
And what is your credential for being here talking to us
So,
as a Lego brick nerd?
why am I here talking about Lego? Well, so if we go back to probably, I would say, I think 78. I was probably about 8 years old, 9 years old when I started collecting Lego. My grandmother had stores all around Atlanta, and I would work for her as a, work, quote unquote. And I would get my little paycheck every week. And every week I would go to the bank and deposit half of my paycheck. And then I would take the other half and go to Kitty City in Sandy Springs, and I would buy Lego.
That is some fiscal
It
responsibility.
was crazy. And it was so funny because all the ladies who worked at Kitty City just thought it was so weird because like a lot of times my mom wouldn't go in with me. I would just go in and, buy my Lego and they're like, what is this child doing in here? I mean, as a 9 or 10-year-old.
At the time of the Atlanta child murders.
Exactly. My mother's like, I'll circle the block while you go in, sweetie. She had a spare, it didn't matter. An air and a spare. So I bought Lego and I had I built a Lego town in my basement. I was about 4 feet by 8 feet on a piece of plywood, and it had like a city section. It had the castle section. I had the original yellow castle, which I still love it. I don't have it. I have all the pieces, but they're taken apart now. And I had a space section. So that's where it started. I loved Lego forever. And then when I went to college, everything was boxed up. And I was thrown out of the house the day my mother burned my things.
Oh, really?
No.
Okay. Oh, my God. I was like, we have to make another podcast.
No
Everything
more
was just boxed up.
plastic bricks.
No more. So my Lego were all in college, and I think I was out of college. But my friend Marcus came to my house, and we got drunk, and he loved Lego too, and we were talking about it, and I was like, I have my Lego in the basement. And we pulled out my Lego and had it all over the living room floor, and we built Lego for like 6 hours. We actually built a friend of ours' wedding, which is where it's funny because we were laughing.
You built their wedding scene?
Yeah, we built.
And you were just drunk, not anything else?
No, just drunk. Just drunk.
I'm going to guess there's something else in there.
And so, every once in a while over the years, I would, pull them out and play with them. But then they got put away. And then about, I think, 6 or 7 years ago, actually, I think it was 2016. I think I saw a picture and it was dated. Somebody gave me the architecture series, or the architect studio box, which is 1,600 white Lego bricks.
Oh, no.
And for people who know me or don't, my whole house is black and white. And so I was like, oh, all white Lego. This is so cool. So I was playing around. It doesn't have an instruction book. It has like an idea book, and it like tells you like, look at architecture and get ideas. And so I just started building with the white bricks, and I was like, this is so fun, And actually the first thing I built, I built some things on my own, and then I was like, what if I use like Lego instructions to build something? And so I actually looked up and found instructions for the haunted house, one of their older haunted houses, and I built it all in white, and it was cool, but it like didn't look great all white. And so then I got the instructions for the firehouse, and I built that, and I added a little bit of black. Oh, by the way, so I forgot this part. So I got the box of 1,600 bricks, which is not that many bricks as it turns out.
Oh yeah, totally not enough.
So I went to storage and I got out all my Lego, my old Lego from when I was a kid, and I sorted it all out. So I had all my white bricks sorted out, and so that's what I was building with, and built the haunted house, and then I built the firehouse, and I was like, maybe if I add just like a little bit of black in there and like accent it, and it was better, looked cooler. And then I was like, but more black maybe, and then I built a set called the Grand Emporium in black and white, and it was about 30-70 black to white, and it started looking better. So now my whole city is black and white.
Okay, this is the part we're going to
yeah.
see the video.
Okay.
Oh, it's magical. Look at the pumpkins. Is this Halloween?
Is this Halloween Town?
That was pre-Halloween. There is a video of the Halloween, my Halloween setup.
Okay.
It's 500 stars.
Yeah,
Oh
so
my gosh.
you were asking about my title. On YouTube, I call myself Lego Star.
Okay.
So you can look up Lego Star.
Oh, J-Star is ginormous.
Yeah, so...
But are you like a Lego Grand Master?
Well, here's the deal.
Wizard? That's a quick
The past couple years, Lego Masters, the show on Fox,
Yeah.
has asked me to be on it.
J-Star.
But I can't do it.
Why?
Because first of all, I'm like way too emotional watching the show. Like, I just couldn't handle it. I would just couldn't handle it. Like, I mean, I'm like crazy ecstatic, and then I'm like crying. Like,
British Bake
it's
Off.
so weird,
Oh my
right? Plus, now that I'm on a certain drug, which I don't think has mellowed out my emotions at all.
I think that's what they want, though,
But-
right? Not mellow. You know what? I'm
Yeah,
too deep into Real Housewives. That's the only thing I really understand.
You'll be an
But-
asset.
Also, I'm like a very specific niche builder. Like I build buildings. I do architecture, for my little town, and I build in black and white. And they're doing 10 or 12 different challenges. Like there was one last season that was they showed a car. Like anybody knows Lego makes all these kits. There's a few up here.
Yeah.
I don't like cars. I know nothing about cars. I have no interest in cars. And so they took this car set and smashed it and gave everybody the pieces and said, rebuild the car. Like, I don't want to do that. Like,
It's
it
like for
is
engineers.
no interest to me at all. And
Yeah.
so I knew I wouldn't enjoy it. I mean, I'd probably be kicked off the first episode, but to try to do
that
all
attitude.
the things. Right. Exactly.
Who would you bring on? Because
They
pair you.
The last time for this last episode, last one, which they filmed in Atlanta, they contacted me and another guy that's in the Peach Lug group. It's Lug is a Lego user group.
Not Lego brick.
No, Lego user group, because
Well-
you're using Lego bricks and Lego products.
Hmm.
But
Anachronisms.
anyway,
Is that it?
they wanted to pair us up because we're both gay, and because they were going to do like.
Pigeonhole.
Like a romance
Absolutely,
aspect.
because on this episode they have like the firefighters, the TikTok sensations,
The homos.
the mother, and the homo team.
How
yeah.
can they put the bricks together with their wrists flailing like
I've
that?
only ever worked with triangle bricks. I only build in pink. No, so I mean, I politely turned them down, and but then they asked again. But I enjoy watching the show. Well, I'd say I enjoy about half of those things. I am interested in building. I don't want to see Will Arnett, fucking around. Can we say that on here? I don't know.
We haven't
bleeping around.
decided yet. I think
We've
but
definitely dropped some.
you have
some
to. I
bombs.
think you're supposed to bleep out the f bombs on YouTube so it doesn't
Okay,
get
yeah.
something. That's what
You don't
the
have to.
some of the people. I see.
Yeah, some people say. I mean, yeah, I watch some stuff that they say the F word. But anyway, they spend so much time like with Will Arnett's goofiness, which I think they've got 2 Lego masters that work for Lego and design sets on there. They could be talking about, and they've done it like 3 times, showing people how to build something, like showing them a different technique or whatever, or really getting in on what the people are building, instead of making it this weird.
So you're
like,
a true Lego enthusiast. You want to be
Yeah.
able to make your own creations.
Yeah.
You
This-
don't.
This
you
is
don't
the
wanna-
nerd
no
in you
assignment.
being
Yeah,
like,
absolutely.
I don't
Creative
care.
nerd, though.
yeah.
I don't care about the celebrity. Show me the
It's
deep,
true.
deep dive
true.
about how to make my black and
But,
white village look cooler.
So, just going back to the black and white village. So I was building these buildings, and I started like Lego every year puts out a modular town building, and actually just released the one that's coming
An
out January
MTB.
1st today. What?
A modular town building, an MTB.
Modular town building, MTB.
And are they all that big, like the one in your video?
Yeah, they're
Okay.
all basically sit on a 10 by 10 base plate is what you call it. And so they have a certain scale, and the modular means they lift apart, like each floor lifts off so you can see the insides. But so I had all these buildings, and I was just like, I had them like on a long table sit together, and then I built some more, and I had them like back to back down the middle of my dining room table, and then I built some more, and then they were like on shelves and tables and sideboards.
I was gonna ask, like, do you ever deconstruct them after you've built them, or
Yes.
Okay, so
Yeah.
You? It doesn't
Yeah.
look like it from your house.
Right. Well, that's the thing. Like, so I had all these buildings, and I discovered there's a store in Atlanta called Atlanta Brick Company, and it's down in Noonan, and they're like a third-party brick company. So they're not a Lego store, but they sell Lego. Then they have these brick tables where you can just go and buy Lego by the pound. So
gosh.
yeah,
That
so
sounds like a dream if you're into Legos.
absolutely. I will go there and I will just sort through, like most people just scoop up with like those plastic shoe boxes, and a plastic shoe box is about $30. But I'll go like, and I'll just spend like 4 hours sorting through the table and grabbing black and white bricks, and that's how I like fill my stock. Anything special that I need, I will go to Bricklink, like, and look it up and specifically order it. But and there actually was a little Lego store they opened on my street, literally 1 mile away from my house.
If you build it, they will
come.
come.
And I'm surprised I didn't keep them in business. They closed. But, you know,
They reopened in your house.
right. I should open a store. I should sell all the bricks that I don't use, all the non-black and white bricks. But they, you know, people would say, "What are you building?" And I would show them pictures of my stuff, and they're like, "Oh my God, that's so cool." Well, those people that had that store actually started doing the sorry, what is it called? BrickCon in Atlanta. So it's the Lego convention in Atlanta, and they asked me to come and, you know, show my stuff. And I was like, well, you know, it's just buildings. I don't really have a setup. And they were like, well, you could just bring that. But, you know, if you want to show your, and they kept saying Lego City, and I'd see.
How do you travel with your Lego
Well,
city?
that's another-
like
that's
what percentage of your house is a Lego city right now?
Well, about 1/3 of the studio is, which the studio is basically 2 car lengths long. It was a double car garage, but front to tail, but now it's
the
about
Lego
1/3
room.
Lego, yeah. So they asked me to show my stuff, and I was just like, I don't know. It's, you know, but then I was like, maybe I'll do it. I'll just build a Lego city. So then I actually put together with my thing a Lego city on my dining room table, and I think I had like maybe 20 to 30 buildings on there. I think, I don't remember. But so I took it, and everyone loved it. Like, how do I move it? They basically fit.
It's like moving a wedding cake.
yeah. You can take them off the layers, but they fit in banker boxes, like you know, not illegal, but the regular banker boxes. Those fold up.
How many bankers do you know?
A lot.
I don't really go to the bank.
Like a file. Like a,
I saved half my paycheck.
He's had to get lots of loans to pay for the Lego.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It is
I was
a costly endeavor.
My next
it?
question was, let's talk figures.
Yeah. So, I mean, so a Lego set. Well, so I pack it up in banker boxes, and I think I packed everything into 23 boxes.
Oh my gosh.
Which like just fit inside my car. I had a Chevy HHR at the time. I had to get a bigger car because of Lego.
for the Legos,
Oh my gosh,
of course.
another cost.
Don't worry about the family. The
Now-
Legos need a car seat.
Need that back seat. And then I went again. The pandemic shut them down for 2 years, and I took it again in February of 2022, and I won Best Display. So yeah, so that was kind of cool.
I feel like, okay, I have a quick question. Is anyone doing what you do and only working in black and white
No.
Legos?
And that so that
Because you are Wednesday Addams.
it's true. It's true.
Color makes me break out in hives.
It's true. Look at Lego Star on YouTube, because there is going to be a Wednesday Addams video coming very soon.
Ooh,
Possibly
you heard it here
tonight.
first.
Yeah. What is today? The 11th of December.
Joel, we're
Yeah.
going to
This
get
is
this
not-
video out ASAP.
Yeah.
No, give it some time so
Zero
I can
edits.
so I can get it up there. Yeah. Anyway, I don't know what we were talking about.
So what goes on at BrickCon? Are you all just going around and admiring everyone
Or
else's
is there
displays?
sass? Is it people like throwing shade?
I would
Has
say
anyone
there's a
flipped
little shade.
anyone else's
Table?
display?
Right. Well, I did. This was really not in.
Star!
Unloading my
Oh,
stuff.
That's not exciting.
Well, and this goes back to the Lego Masters. Unloading stuff, I dropped a box, and it was a building that I had built, a mock, a long time ago. Like, it was I'd probably done it like 3 or 4 years ago. And I don't know what kind of building techniques I was using, but so I set the whole city back up, and then I had this one hole where this building was supposed to go. And I basically had 2 hours left of the setup time to put it back together before they, shut the place down before they'd open the next day. And I was under so much pressure. I was just like sweating. I was just like, oh my God. I couldn't, I didn't have any plans to go by to figure out where the pieces went. I was just trying to do it from memory. And it was it was terrible. So it ended up being kind of like precariously balanced and layered. Speaking of wedding cakes, it was like a little bit of piping, and no one will know.
Do you break are you allowed to use glue, or is that breaking the rules?
No, I mean, well, yeah.
Are you allowed to use icing?
So in the Lego movie, we call it Craggle because it's crazy glue, but it's a crunched up bottle. So you just see
that's from the movie.
Craggle. Yeah.
You guys all call it that now. Was
Yeah.
that before the movie, or they?
No, I only do it after the movie.
Okay.
But Craggle is if you're using crazy glue. I have it on, I think, 2 pieces in my city because I made a little fashion shoot scene, which I can bring up the picture.
You have to send it to us. You have to send it to me.
Okay. So this little fashion shoot girl, it's like a little, I used an umbrella from the Lego Fabuland series, which was back in like the 80s.
Yes, and
But the little nub, it's an old piece, so the little nub
you gotta send me that.
on top didn't have the clutch. By the way, that's what it's called. It's called clutch power.
Oh my gosh.
The nubs
Clutch
going into
power?
clutch power.
Oh my gosh, what a Birkin bag energy.
Right. So fake sets,
Okay.
like there's fake Lego out there. You'll say they don't have the same clutch. Anyway, I had to glue her because the little nub was so old it just wasn't clutching the piece. So she's craggled.
So,
But nothing else is.
Okay.
But you asked about, do I ever tear it down?
yeah.
So recently, there was a set. It was the third one I built, called the Grand Emporium. I think that's a video. We can look up that video. I can show you that video. But the Grand Emporium is a giant like shopping store. What do you call it? Like a Macy's or whatever.
Yeah.
Department store?
A department store. It was designed early on in the Lego modular series, and so they weren't doing really the interiors, and the outside is beautiful, but there's nothing on the inside, and I never put anything on the inside. Yeah.
Lego design modification turning the Grand Emporium.
Yeah. So basically, I had the Grand Emporium built, but there was no interior.
Mm-hmm.
But I wanted to turn it into the Lego store because I thought the biggest store in my Lego town should be a Lego store.
Mm-hmm.
And on the front of it, it says shop, SHOP. And I thought, oh, LEGO, 4 letters, it'll perfectly work. So that's the old version in the video. You can see, like, it's a cool building.
Corner
Almost
building.
looks like England. Like,
Exactly.
yeah.
Well, and Leicester Square, the Leicester Square Lego store actually is in a building that looks like that. So for me to turn it into the
Leicester,
Lego store,
England.
Leicester, London, yes, Leicester Square, London.
I was testing you.
Oh yeah.
I'm an international jet setter.
Right.
Is how I was able to.
I have a Lego flag on my.
Are we gonna, do we get to see your tattoos?
I'm bundled up, yeah.
Okay, no worries. There's red in this video.
Yes. So
When did you decide to add
we'll talk
red?
about that. So that happened. Well, it started with the firehouse because the firehouse had a number 3 on the pavement, and my favorite number is 8, and I was like, oh, I could just change that to an 8. So I just did a red 8.
Wait, hold on.
Yeah.
What's your favorite number, Sammy? I didn't know we had to have a favorite number. I feel unprepared.
Really?
I'm going to say 13 because that's Taylor Swift's favorite number.
13's a good number.
Mine's 33.
Oh, that's a good
when I
number
hit my
'cause it's a
goal
pair.
weight.
Nice. I'm 18 pounds down on Ozempic, whatever. It's an ad. You want to sponsor us, Ozempic? Anyway, so I had red there, and then I built this, and I had that little bit of red. If you fast forward through that video, you can see what I turned it into. But I put a little bit of red in the sidewalk and the red flags, just as a little bit of touch of color, which is exactly what I do at home.
Yeah.
Like in my studio, it's all black and white, but then I have like some lime green throw pillows and a couple of lime green lamps. But then I started adding red as like, I would let that be the color, and then I started populating it with people, and I let them wear red, white, black, or red.
Have you thought about taking over China? I think you'd do great there.
Yeah, right.
Or the University of Georgia.
Yeah, so I took the whole thing apart, and it was actually interesting because I hadn't built from a kit in so long. Like I'm always just searching for bricks and looking for like, oh, I need this brick, and I'm searching. because I had all the bricks for the building there, it was so much easier to build.
Yeah.
And plus I had some bricks that I didn't have before. So it was kind of neat to rebuild an old building. And I actually have several slated for rebuilds that I built early on, and I just didn't make them perfect.
What's your long-term or next goal for your Lego situation? And tell me what it's like growing up without a father. Control issues. Sorry. Oh my god.
I'm trying to grow my Lego channel. I'm hoping that it was funny because at the Lego Con at BrickCon, they were expecting 5,000 people. 7,000 people showed up.
Ooh, that never happens at my comedy shows.
Right. Again, if you get better.
I know.
Just have Jay just build people out of Lego to pack the crowd.
Actually, early on, I did build a copy. I have a scale model of the basement
theater.
Yeah, and I populated, and I have some of our actors made out of Lego.
Hey, J-Star, you know what would help grow your channel?
What?
Going on Lego Master.
Yeah.
But here's the thing.
Even if you did poorly, you'd be like, oh, that guy lost it.
I am friends with a couple people, like the brothers who won the first series. I'm friends with one of those brothers, and it really didn't bring them that much fame, and their Instagram
Any more
isn't
followers on
so
Instagram?
That was the thing. I forget on Instagram how many followers I had.
You have 577. It's literally on the screen in front of you.
That's on YouTube. That's YouTube. But I had like 500 on Instagram already. It sounds so compared to the other Lego people. But I thought 7,000 people, this is going to be amazing.
Yeah.
And I built a Lego
marquee.
What's the square code called? A QR code. I built it
out of Legos. A QR code out of next level.
I thought
nerd alert.
Everyone had already done this. I was I'm so far behind that. I don't even know what the name of it is.
Of course,
a QR code. And so I built a Lego QR code
Did it work with your
for
phone?
my YouTube channel and for my Instagram. And people all day long were coming up and pulling it up.
That's amazing.
At the end of the weekend, I had 76 more followers, and I was like, "What? 7,000 people!" And half of them looked at the thing.
Yield.
Yeah, I mean, it was crazy.
I think
no,
most of them
1%.
I think
1%.
I went to
thanks
Georgia Tech.
for trying to put it up there, Sammy.
I mean, that's a really good conversion rate.
No,
though.
it was. I was like, this is so specific. I won freaking best display.
Yes.
I did not have a voice because I had talked, for 2 days to all these people who were into my nerdy shit.
I almost got as many followers after BravoCon, and I wasn't one of the Bravo celebrities.
So, funny enough.
Real quick though, the reason you didn't get a lot of followers is because half of those people are too young to have a phone, and the other half are too old to know what a QR code is.
There were some children there, but all the preteens and tweens had their phones and they were going, and it was crazy. Of all the things that I've done in my life that I thought might bring me fame, Lego never was on the radar. But I went to the Lego store the other day because they have a pick-a-brick wall, the PAB wall, PAB.
Oh my god!
And it's funny. It even goes nerdier because on the Facebook lug group for Georgia, Peach Lug,
Lego user group.
Lego user group. Yes.
Oh my God, this is like the military.
I can go on there and ask what's on the pick-a-brick wall, and people will take and they'll put one of each piece. So pick-a-brick it's like
take a penny, leave a penny.
Yes. No. It's
mini
bins
Lego.
of one kind of Lego, and you fill these giant stadium cups, and it's $19 for a cup, whatever you can put into it. It's a great way to stock up on stuff, if you need a specific little brick. But it rotates. There's probably maybe 30 different styles at any time on the wall. And of course I only work in black and white, and there's rarely black and white, but I can ask, and they pull one piece out of each bin and put them on a plate and put a picture online so we can see if it's worth going to the Lego store for me. So I was there, and I was sorting out some good stuff, and this woman was just so close to me. She was just like, and it was crowded that day, but she was just like too close to me. And I would like, and then she kept like, she'd be like, oh, maybe you need these. Maybe you need these. And I'm just like, what are you doing? And then at some point, I mean, it's like 30 minutes into her like hovering, she's like, maybe these will work for your black and white city. And I was like, oh, you know who I am. Yeah. And I was like, oh, how weird.
Yeah.
And then like a little bit later, I was walking around the store and this man comes over to me and he goes, were you at the Lego convention? And I'm like, yeah. And he's like, this is you, right? And he points to a picture on his phone of my town. And he's like, you were our favorite. And then he like calls his children over and like, look, it's the black and white guy. Like I'm an Oreo or something. So it's so weird to like be recognized for Lego. Like, what is that?
So, like,
I'm not even on the show.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was pretty fun.
Maybe that should be your Instagram handles, black and white Lego guy.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like when you go to New York, you're not going to the Lego store. Like that's not.
No, because I don't ever like really buy Lego kits. I bought the Queer Eye Lego set because I wanted, it has a lot of black and white in it, but I wanted to use the interior and retrofit it. I have a video on it. I turned the police station, the Lego police station, which I rebuilt in black and white, into the Queer Eye loft because I already built a Lego police station. So I did a video on that of how I converted it, but I used the interior. I rarely buy Lego kits because they're colorful. Like, I mean, they're beautiful. I love them. But it's just not what I do. And so you were asking earlier, does anyone do it like I do it? And no, the answer is no, which is what I can't understand is like, you know, I go to the Lego convention, 7,000 people that are into Lego see it and it's completely different from anything they've ever seen. How come I don't have the YouTube followers? How come? And then like on YouTube, you look up any Lego city, it's just a collection of the different buildings that Lego already makes. Like they've bought the kit
and they're just making,
and they're just building the kit and then putting
custom.
it in different ways. I do have a TikTok. I'm starting the TikTok.
Yeah.
Do the TikTok.
Oh, that
do
was another
shorts.
thing. This guy
Drop a short every other day.
I do, but
No, that
it's really
kind of
boxer
short.
briefs. The Lego Chef, which is a big TikTok channel. It's these like, I guess they're like 20 somethings. But they interviewed me and they have, I don't know how many followers, like hundreds of thousands of followers on TikTok. And they interviewed me and the video got like tons of like, you know, likes or whatever.
And they
didn't trickle over to me.
You. It's good, yeah.
So it's very strange, but it's just so weird to me that like, if you look up Lego City, they're all like pretty much exactly the same.
And you're different. Why black and white?
I just love it. It's just it's a clean look, and I think it really makes the architecture stand out. Like you really, like you can compare building to building without like being cluttered up with color.
But your
in
house
your way.
is black and white.
My house
too.
is black and white.
You wear black and white.
I wear, well, really only black, but I do have today some white jewels on, which by the way, I have 2 bracelets made out of Lego.
Oh my God. Were you a goth child?
No. When I moved to New York, in '96, I think. Right after the Olympics, I think.
Sammy, you were just born.
Oh my God.
Yes,
So young. I was just starting my life. I moved to New York and I worked at Allure magazine, and it just sort of became a thing. Like you wear black because, you know, we were always doing events. I was designing events and stuff.
It's good to look like the caterer.
No, they all wear white, white shirts and white aprons. But you wear black, and you can go to an evening event. You know, you don't have to worry about, you know, getting dirty in the day on the subway or whatever. And it just became a thing for me. Like, I just started wearing black, and it became so easy. And
Steve
then,
Jobs.
Yeah. Well, then about probably right when I opened the basement, or shortly after I opened the basement
theater.
Basement theater, which I opened in 2004. So I'd probably say about 2006, I started really having a wardrobe, which was just like I would just buy like 10 of the same shirt.
Yep.
You know, several things of the same pants,
Like
and then I don't
Addams
have to think about putting on an outfit. You know,
It's a uniform.
It's a uniform. Yeah, I wear my clothes, and they can go anywhere. Like I can go to a funeral right now. I can go to a wedding. I can go to a black tie event.
I do the same, but it's black leggings and then so many black cat t-shirts. And then
Again, a funeral, a wedding. Totally
the
works.
hairdresser, the receptionist at the hairdresser.
A quinceanera for your
remembered me.
cat.
Yeah, quinceanera for a cat.
It works
You can dress it up.
everywhere.
You can dress it down.
Yeah, I mean well, and since talking about the red, adding that little red touch in my city,
Hello.
really was cool. Like it really and I added greenery. I added flowers, but I only added white flowers, but green leaves, and then the little touch of red in things.
Okay.
And so it was all red, little black, white, red, and green.
I want to change topics.
Oh God! But I have to finish.
understand.
But I just did this guy that I know in Australia who has a really cute little Lego town. He did a Halloween setup last year, and he'd like change all his trees to like orange and green or orange and yellow, and put little like fall displays on like all his lampposts, and it was so adorable. I was like, I have to do this. Like I'd been doing Christmas, but I hadn't done fall.
So is that what inspired the haunted house?
Well, yeah. So because Halloween is my favorite thing, and so it was like it's so weird that I decorated my Lego city for Christmas, but never for Halloween. So this year, like all year long, I have been collecting up, ordering like little pumpkin pieces and orange pieces, and this year I changed everything in my Lego city that was red to orange, including because after I'd done like I'd added all the little orange on the like street lights and added pumpkin vendors and like different things. Any little bit of red stood out. So like the people that were wearing red, I changed them all to wearing orange. So, and then I did all that. Like all the people were wearing orange, black, and white.
Yes. OCD to the next level.
Then I was
Level
looking at
up.
it, and the headlights or the tail lights on the cars being red stood out. So I had to change those to orange as well. So like I changed the whole city to orange, which right now my project is to change it back to Christmas, but it's Halloween and like that's my favorite. Yes, go.
Does anyone come see this, or is it just for you?
People come see
and
it.
the voices in your head.
I did. Let's see. They're my cousins once removed, but my cousins' children. Well, several of my cousins' children came and saw the city this summer, and the boys were all, totally into it, and they were having fun, like moving stuff around and hiding things for me, which they'd hid a top hat somewhere, and I couldn't find it. Like they were playing a game. They were like, we're going to change things and then see if you notice. And of course, like my OCD, I'm like, that.
I thought your OCD would have been like, touch it and die.
Yeah, no. I let them play. But one thing was like, that guy's missing a top hat. And they're like, yes, he is, but where is it? And I found it like 2 weeks ago, and that was like 2 months after it had happened.
Wow.
Anyway, so people do see it. And my friends, my adult friends come and see it, which is, it's fun because they appreciate it, but they're not a nerd like me, so I can't like talk to them about it. I can't like
get too crazy.
Keep it
There's like, that's a
surface
pretty
level.
building, and I don't like, well, if you want to know the truth.
Why don't you open up a museum?
Well, here's my goal, because
Just don't sell alcohol.
I'm getting older. In Lyon, France, there's a miniature museum. It's actually a weird museum. It's the Museum of Miniatures and Movie Paraphernalia, or movie stuff. But they have these, amazing like dollhouse room boxes. Like they're just so incredible. And then they have this whole movie cinema stuff, like props from Alien and like all this stuff. But then in the back, they have all these Lego things, like a huge like Star Wars Lego layout, and they have all these different Lego things. And I have thought, that I'd probably be the only people in the world that would really appreciate my Lego. And so
the French,
yes, this the Lyon miniature museum. So I have plans to will it to them, because they could set it up and
bring
show
it over in bank boxes.
Yeah, you just ship it in bank boxes. Yeah. I need to prep it now so that anybody can, put it back together, send videos of it.
Oh my
but
gosh.
Something to look forward to.
Exactly.
dying and
exactly.
willing it to-
Exactly.
Do you want to
Yeah.
take it over before? No, because you have to change for the seasons.
Right. Yeah, I'll send specific instructions of
Yeah,
how to change it for the seasons.
Can't let down those Lego people in that little village.
That would be fun if they would do that. But
Well,
that's my plan right now.
Yeah.
Who knows? Maybe somebody in my life
Do you
will.
feel like it's bigger than you are now? The Lego, like it's a whole
It is-
community.
you know what
And you're just one
overwhelmed me?
human.
Oh, the whole Lego community?
Like
Or you mean
your
the city?
village. Like, are you like I got to get home and check on my Legos? Is that where you're at psychologically?
I am, because I have some ideas and I want to finish my little Wednesday Addams thing today.
Okay, just checking.
That's one thing that's weighing. The thing that weighs on my mind, honestly, is I've bought a lot of bulk Lego, like at Goodwill. I actually found 3 giant like garbage bags, like clear plastic garbage bags full of Lego for $45, which is an incredible deal. But I just put them into
Take your word
storage
for it.
tubs, and I have not sorted them. Like
They're
and so, like,
unsorted and
these
they're home
unsorted
alone?
things. Yes, it's,
Anything
it
is possible.
Drives me crazy.
What if they
'Cause
start
I know,
mating?
Like, I know there's pieces in there that I've ordered
You
on
could get
Bricklink.
some swirl colors.
So I would want to sort those out so bad, but it's such a big undertaking. I can't deal with it.
Oh my gosh.
So that weighs on me. But the city, I mean, it kind of takes care of itself, and I
Oh, that's
only
good. They're
go to
it's
it when I-
self-sustaining now.
Yes, it
The
is.
people are moving
It is.
around.
They're good. They're good. But I was gonna tell you who appreciates it. You know, my friend Neil. Neil, whenever he comes over, will always sneak away into the Lego room and move the people around and put them into compromising positions.
I had a friend whose little sister did that with the Barbies.
Oh my
And you'd
God,
go over
yeah.
and like open up the
They'd be-
drawer and the Barbies would be at it. Yeah.
People
Well-
do that in our neighborhood with the Christmas deer.
Yeah,
Police get involved. Yeah.
yeah. Well, I told
Love
him
is love.
back in February when I was like, putting my final touches on how the city was going to be set up before I boxed it up and took it. He had come over, and that time I was like, do not touch Lego City, because if I don't find a thing, there's going to be questions asked. Because I do have a little mock-up of the red light district of Amsterdam in my city, and it has 3 little doors, and they're red interiors with 3 little female figures wearing fishnet stockings on their little Lego legs. They were custom printed in England. And it was kind of on the corner of my city. And
Well, yeah, the bad part.
yeah, exactly, on the outskirts of town. And this little kid came and asked, why are those ladies wearing that? And it's Halloween. It's Halloween. They're dressed up for Halloween. I was like, oh my God, I completely forgot about the ladies
Children.
inside the thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
That's
they
why
see
you have like a
everything
bowl
they're-
of candy on the
Yeah,
table as well
yeah, yeah.
when somebody asks a
Distraction.
question. And that's what Planned Parenthood does
Have a Tootsie Roll.
at festivals. They have a bowl of condoms and then they have a bowl of candy. So when the
funny.
kids come up and ask, what are these? They go, have this instead.
Yeah.
What happens for the people that think they're getting condoms and they go home and they're like,
no,
don't
it's
worry,
not.
I
I put
got
the Tootsie Roll
I
on
got,
my
yeah,
wall."
I got protection.
It's not candy condoms,
No,
though.
that's what I'm saying though. You might.
If you can't tell the difference, you
Okay.
should not be having
When you
sex.
say candy condom, I immediately think fruit roll up.
Oh my God, you've ruined fruit roll-ups for me.
Yeah, that's the problem though. If you can't tell the difference, you're not going to be smart enough to
Right.
know that you shouldn't be having sex. That's
Well, one problem at a time.
yeah.
I have
Unwrapping a Tootsie Roll. Let's get.
You said 5 minutes. Do we need to reset something?
No, I was just letting you know because we're getting close to an hour.
Okay.
my
Oh,
gosh.
cool. So yeah, we didn't even get to talk about haunted houses. Do you
I
want
have
to
to
save that
come
for
back.
the
I
next
have to come
episode?
back.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's do that. Let's do the rapid fire
Oh,
at the
shit.
end. Okay. This is we're gonna just check your level of nerddom on nerd.
Oh my God,
nerdness.
have you prepared questions to ask
Yes.
me?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
To see what your scale on the dorkdom.
Wait, are they specifically about Lego, or is it just nerding
we
in general?
can't do. You came to teach us about that.
Okay.
level.
Have I
Now-
taught you anything? Did you learn anything?
So much. I mean,
Oh my God.
Sammy has an entire page of notes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, when will I use these? I don't know, but I have them.
Okay. Have you ever owned or ridden on a unicycle?
Yes.
Okay.
And let me just tell you, because this Australian boy that I met in London, who I was absolutely infatuated with, he had his unicycle stolen. And so I bought him one and sent it to him. It was so funny. Anyway, weirdly, like I was going to Austria for some classes, and his mother was moving to Austria, and so we met up and had this wonderful weekend in Vienna, as you do.
On a unicycle.
You and
With
this
the
boy's
unicycle.
mom.
Were you guys
No!
were you
The
juggling
cute-
at the same time?
I was not juggling.
Was
but
he?
so after I bought him the unicycle, I was like, so one of the great improv
is a
teachers,
I can't
one of the great
believe-
improv teachers,
You're such a nerd.
Keith Johnstone, says the unicycle takes 8 hours to learn, but nobody ever gives it the 8 hours. And
Okay.
it's basically like anything in your life, like anything that people can't do. And I taught myself this a long time ago. I thought everyone on this planet has basically the same brain. And anything that anybody does, you could do. I could do if I put my mind to it. I choose to put my mind towards these other things, but I have the capacity to learn physics or to speak fluent Mandarin or whatever.
I do
But-
not.
No, you do. You do.
You just haven't given it 8
You
hours.
haven't given it the 8 hours. But he said,
Don't listen to Malcolm
If you,
Gladwell. It's 8 hours. It's not like
here's the
35.
tipping point.
Yeah.
If you spend 8 hours trying to ride a unicycle, you will learn how to ride a unicycle. And I did. And so, yeah.
Oh, so you have multiple skills to join the circus.
Yes. I can build Lego while
Oh,
unicycling.
you're
You know,
unicycling.
I'm not that great, but
Amy, you just have to say my name for 8 hours, and then
But how?
Ruiz,
Yeah.
Ruiz.
Fruities.
Maybe she has to
Rude
listen to it for
cheese.
8 hours.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll get
Okay.
it. I'll get it. My husband will help me. My husband helped me learn to say Cabernet by saying, "You're in a cabin. It's cold outside. Burr. You hear a horse. Neigh."
Life is a Cabernet.
Okay.
Okay.
Jeez
Louise.
Have you ever owned or worn a cape?
Oh my God, yes.
Me too. Like
I've
7.
had some custom sewn and built for me.
Sequins?
Yes, I have sequins, but my favorite one is it's a black satin cape with a giant hood. It's sort of like a vampire
Oh,
cape,
vampire,
but
okay,
it's
yeah.
lined with purple damask.
Oh
It's pretty
my
gorgeous. Yeah, and it's extra long and it has a jewel clasp.
Ooh.
I had it designed a long time ago.
Glad you let purple into your life.
Of course, yeah.
Have you ever
Just a
owned a
hint.
ferret?
No,
Have you ever held a ferret?
I don't think so.
No boyfriends in Amsterdam's.
No.
Have you ever owned a pet that was not a cat or dog?
As a child, I had mice, like
Oh,
white
that's-
mice.
You're like you're working it like
And,
as a magician.
I had a dollhouse. It was like this weird, like 70s,
Was your
kind
mouse
of Brady looking
living
dollhouse.
in the dollhouse?
Yes, my grandfather put a plexiglass front on it with an opening door that like opened in the living room, and you're not gonna believe this, but I taught the mice to poop in the little toilet. And they would poop in this little porcelain.
Will you
dollhouse
come to
toilet.
my house right now and teach my cat?
I can't teach my own dog.
How do you teach
There's so much rain in Atlanta right now. Like I have to put out puppy pads because she won't go out in the rain. Like
I can't believe you taught mice to poop in it. Where do
was
your Lego
crazy.
people poop?
that's a whole other question because Lego kits do not always have bathrooms, and like there's all these people, they don't always have stairs, they don't always have bathrooms, and they're like, how do they get from floor to floor? I'm like, it's a fucking plastic brick. Like let's just
It's
whatever.
real!
They also so like this, it's a very funny thing about scale of Lego. Like basically like the smallest thing is a 1x1 brick, but they'll use like a 1x2 tile to make a cell phone, but a Lego person is like 5 bricks tall. So the thing is like 2/5
Of a
the size,
person.
and like the coffee cup is 1x1, so it's like this huge, like, so scale is not a thing in Lego. Like it's kind of close, but it's, yeah, you end up getting these huge things.
Willing suspense of disbelief.
Yes. So yes, there are toilets in Legoland, but not enough.
Do you? Oh, go
Yeah.
ahead.
Did you ever play an instrument?
I played the piano, and that's probably my one regret in life is that I didn't keep up my lessons. I wish I had kept up my lessons. Like when I come to your house, I would love to be able to be the one sitting down at the piano and playing, but I don't. Like,
Okay, so no band camp.
No band camp.
Have you ever framed a puzzle?
No, but I framed a lot of other stuff.
What have you framed that's weird?
What have I framed that's weird? No, I'm not really
You know
a weird
what?
framer.
You wouldn't identify it as weird. That's our job.
Yeah.
I mean, and the things that come to mind are like some
a finger from a dead person.
Oh no, I do have I have a framed shadow
seen
box
pictures
of
of your
seven
Instagram.
Seven bats, like taxidermied bats.
Taxidermied bats framed.
Yeah.
Check box.
Again,
okay.
that's the haunt part of me.
Have you ever said the word huzzah?
Huzzah?
Yes.
Or yeah. I think I said getting out of my car when the umbrella opened. Huzzah!
Okay, are you a fan of Stranger Things?
I was. I don't like sci-fi, and and so
Lies.
like I liked Stranger Things when it was like this kind of weird thing and government control, but then it became sci-fi, and I just lost interest. For me, like Game of Thrones, if you take off that first scene of like the weird blue-eyed things, it's basically War of the Roses. The storyline is War of the Roses. The Tudors versus the Lannisters. What? Okay. Anyway, and it's very compelling. It's beautiful. It's costumes. It's sets. And it's not until later on that there's suddenly dragons and all this stuff, and I'm like, but that one sucked me in. I loved Game of Thrones, but anyway, that's
Do you have you ever made your own clothes or costumes?
Absolutely, yeah. I used to have a seamstress that I did design, and she made all my curtains and stuff for clients. But I also had her sew
Clothes for you?
Clothes
This is
for me,
literally
shirts.
what I try to manifest in the last episode.
I would love to have her back. Eugenia Poulos. If you're still
¿Dónde
out there.
estás, Eugenia Poulos?
She's Greek, but that's
Ay,
good.
Dios.
But yeah, I would take her fabric, and she made me beautiful shirts and of course costumes. She made the black cape.
I need someone to sew me costumes because I'm short and lumpy, and they got to get the clothes to go around the lumps right.
All right, we get one. We're coming up on time, so we're a little over. So we got one more
Can this
question.
be a longer episode?
No, it's fine. It's fine to go a little over
cut
an
it
hour.
down.
YouTube isn't going to yell at us for. I was just letting you know what we're at.
Yeah.
We're just
what do you think is a next good one? You have all the questions there too.
Yeah.
This is a good one. Was there ever a time in your life where your parents refused to have pictures taken of you?
Oh, so for about 4 years.
A college amount of time.
In elementary school.
Oh no, that's really little.
Elementary
what
school.
What were you doing?
I had this.
The mice are all over you all the time.
Right, I had the mice. I had this T-shirt that was my favorite T-shirt. It was a white T-shirt with red ringers, like a red ring on the thing, and it was the Kool-Aid Man, and it said, "Oh yeah," and I loved it. I wore it all the time. But I had this habit of putting the neck
in your mouth.
in my mouth.
Oh, oral fixation.
Yes. Who knew?
Freud.
Well, I did. But I basically sucked the dye out of the red ringer, so it had this little U shape in the red ringer.
Yeah.
And somehow, for 4 years running, in my school pictures, I wore that shirt that day to school because my mom was a busy woman. She had stuff to do. My nanny didn't know what was going on. So I would be in pictures my mom would get the proofs back and I'd be wearing the shirt. She's like, "You're wearing that damn shirt again." And you could see it get progressively wider and wider and wider.
And snug, more snug on you.
I was super skinny as a kid, so it lasted a long time. But yeah, so
I wonder if that's a thing about smart, interesting people, because my husband has a thing where he would unbutton and button his shirts right here, and so it was all just jammed up with his finger marks, and it would wear down the fibers, and the buttons would pop off, and it's like a fidget. It's a fidget.
Yeah.
It's before they had fidget spinners, and whatever that cat thing is you have.
I go through bouts of chewing my fingernails, which is terrible. Yeah,
because your Legos are touching.
Yeah,
and they're not the right
if
colors.
I'm busy. Well, the problem is when I film videos, I'm all embarrassed if my fingers don't look good. I'm like coconut oil, or I'm showing everything with my palms. Look at these Lego pieces.
Get some tongs. Put them in the camera.
Sammy and I have to draw in our eyebrows for this, so
Because again, radio.
We're on radio,
I'm glad I look
right?
presentable. Like didn't just
my
show up
gosh.
in. I mean, I don't have that many clothes, but
All your black clothes look great
yeah.
together. You
Exactly.
know what's happened with wearing black though? Like sometimes it looks navy, sometimes
true,
it's a
it's
blue
true.
black, sometimes it's a
that's
warm
why you
black.
have to buy, all the same ones.
Well, J-Star, it was great getting to know what you are nerdy for.
Oh, I'm
I've-
so glad I could share my nerdiness. God.
I've learned so much. Narc,
much.
what's all of them?
Snot,
Snot,
Snot and
mock,
knock, lug,
awful,
Lego,
Lego
not
brick.
Lego,
Lego.
not Legos.
Yeah.
Lego
Do
bricks.
you know what Lego means? It's legot is Danish for play good, play well. Legot.
Oh,
Yeah.
Wow.
wow.
And that's
The
why it's
more you
called
learn.
Lego.
the more you're like, wow, Danish people are nerdy too.
Yeah. Yeah, they're super nerdy.
Okay, well, this has been so much fun. Thank you for coming, and we'll have you come back, and we'll talk about.
Haunted houses.
Haunted
Haunted
houses.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm getting goose pimples just thinking about it. And
I'm into it.
you're also. Are you into Christmas?
Oh yeah.
I love Christmas. Maybe we
Yeah.
should do a Christmas episode. Anyway.
Well, I'll be turning the Lego City Christmas over the next week, so
I'll send that. We'll put it on things. We'll put it on the social medias. Okay.
yes.
Joel, do you have anything to say? Where are you performing anywhere?
No, I am gonna just because this is just a preemptive plug for if you do the haunted house one. A friend of mine, Shannon Strucci, who's on both Critical Bits and Oddity Roadshow with me, they do YouTube essays, and they actually do have a whole essay about the history of haunted houses and a lot of
cool.
stuff. It's a very good
On YouTube?
On YouTube, you can Strucci Movies is their YouTube channel.
Spell that?
STRUCCI, Strucci
Like
Movies.
Stanley Tucci. but
Yeah,
with
yeah,
an
yeah,
R.
yeah.
Okay.
Strucci Movies. But if, I just want to just because you said that, it's a very
Yeah.
good video all about
Oh, I'm
the history
interested.
of haunted houses,
Yeah.
old ones, and like kind of like modern stuff. You should check that out.
I'm
That's
into it.
amazing.
And then also, like I said, Shannon's on my shows, Oddity Roadshow and Critical Bits.
Amy Brown Comedy, Linktree, website, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, Pornhub. I don't know what you're into. You have
My
anything?
OnlyFans is Lego Star. I build Lego
Wait,
naked.
But your nails are oiled,
Yeah, my nails, etc., are oiled for that.
etc. Yay! Thank
Yeah,
you.
look down below for my my YouTube channel and Instagram.
Yes.
But thank you for tuning in. I'm Sammy Eastwood,
I'm Amy Brown.
and
This is J Star.
I'm
that's
J-Star.
J-Star, and listen to the next episode to find out what people are nerdy for.
Yeah. What are we nerdy for? I'm nerdy for so much. Okay. Bye.
Bye.
Cheers. Cheers.
Cheers. Awesome.